I would like to talk about energy within ourselves and what it takes for us to be clear, how we can take that on as a responsibility, because what we see in the world around us comes from each individual and the state that they're in and what they're creating with their mind, with their vibration, with their imagination. And so I want to talk about what it means to be clear and things that you can do to assure that you are being responsible and on the right path, because the things that we see going on all around us have been created, materialized, and developed starting from human conditions, patterns, dynamics, ways of thinking, fears, anxieties. All of that stuff is really powerful and sets into motion certain things happening. And so everything that we see happening starts from a person making a decision from a specific place, and then groups of people making decisions. What we see is the product of those actions and decisions. What is in our environment now, the way the world is now, is begotten from a state of being from those who set that into action before. So if we want to see something different in our environment, if we want to see better choices being made, if we want to see better results, if we want to see a healthier society with better intentions, we have to start being clear. And every action that we make in the small scale from the beginning, with good intentions, with responsibility, with respect, with honor, with the desire for harmony, that will translate into the larger world and system. What we're seeing now is from the past, and if we take some time to clear ourselves out and to catch our thoughts and our emotions before they drive us off cliffs, if we make decisions slower, if we can discern what's wrong, what's right, if we can take the time to clear our senses so we can pick up on these little things that before have been running the show, and it happens so fast that we don't even really realize that it's happening. Staying clear and aware of every little thing. I know it sounds like way too much, but honestly, I think we've gotten really, really lazy as a society and as people, and the time that we take to think and to contemplate and to ponder and to responsibly create something, it just has gotten chopped up into segments and that are really convenient so that you don't have to be bothered. We take for granted the power of creation. It's irresponsible creation that we're doing right now because we're doing it so quickly without being real aware of what it is that we're creating and what decisions we're making and what we're supporting in our actions and in our thoughts, what we're feeding. We take for granted what it means to be a powerful creator. Like if you plan with honor and respect and love to make a decision that's best for everyone, if you plan your meal with care and what you're going to do with scraps afterward very carefully, you can feed the ecosystem responsibly of the soil outside, of your microbiome inside. When you take the time to make these decisions that are loving, that shows you what you can create with the power of your thoughts and your actions. And you can see it in real time. And then it doesn't become something that is too much work. You realize that with the power comes responsibility. And if we want to see healthier people, healthier interactions, healthier world around us, healthier systems going in the right direction, creating more harmony and not such an imbalance that's so scary, we can understand that we actually can each, if we take the time to put ourselves in a clean manner, like a blank slate almost, so that dust and stuff isn't on the slate, that you're not we're usually not aware of all this gunk that you want to start creating a new plan, but then there's all this stuff on the dry erase board, and it just, whatever you put down on top of that just gets all smeared, and it's not exactly what you wanted. So we have to take time to clear ourselves first before we take this kind of stuff on, because you really don't know what subconscious patterns you have that are running the show. You have to take time, and maybe even, I recently saw a therapist for a while, and she helped me, and I got through a lot of stuff, and releasing the trauma has been so helpful for me, because I'm not thinking about it anymore. I don't feel like a victim anymore. I can remove that from my essence, my feeling of what my essence is. And this is another reason why we want to be really clear, is to get familiar with who it is we are, our core beautiful essence that we came in with before it got all muddied up. So I remove the trauma from my essence. I don't feel that when I feel my life in its entirety as a whole in one moment, and if I could distill it down into a little dropper, this is my essence. This is what makes me up. I can feel the entire thing all in one drop. And what is that? It doesn't include traumatic events. It's, oh wow, Heather is magical, and her imagination and her creative powers are so strong, and she can observe, and she has an innate love for nature around her and animals, and being gentle and finding out what's making all of this up, and what, and so that's where I want to feed my energy to my essence, so that I can continue growing and doing the work that I came here to do. So there's a power of our imagination and of our desires and of our emotions and our planning, that when we have a thought, or if we have an idea, and we take action, we're setting in motion the ingredients to make that idea or whatever manifest, materialize. So that's really powerful, and we want to make sure that whatever we're putting into the world now is coming from a pure and healthy state. So even though you want to, start being responsible and creating responsibly now, you have to do some things to clear yourself first, to completely cleanse the whiteboard. So whatever new plans are going up are going to be crisp, and the trajectory is going to be straight into the right direction. So there's a knowledge of the power that we have, and I really do believe that there's been a course of action taken for a very, very long time to block the knowledge of this power, to scramble the signals, so to speak, to dull down our thoughts and our capability of getting to this point where we realize how much power we have and how we're creating the world around us. And then we can actually make decisions, and we don't feel like it's out of our hands and just someone else is taking care of it for us. We actually realize that we each individually have an immense amount of power, and we can start changing today. We can start changing ourselves today, and then what we're putting into the world is going to facilitate change. And so what are the things that you can do to clean yourself? Well, obviously what you take in is what you become. So all levels of your senses. Eating first. Eat clean fruits and vegetables. It's hard to digest a lot of animal material in our bodies. We want the protein from the animals, but the animals got the protein from eating vegetables and grasses and hay and greens and grains, so why don't we just cut that out and go straight to eating the vegetables like they did. And you think, oh, it's not possible. Some people think it's not possible to get enough food just eating fruits and vegetables. But yeah, obviously, if you're only having like an apple and a small salad and then some rice in a day, like, no, you need to rewire what it means to eating a meal of fruits and vegetables. Instead of eating one banana, maybe eat like 5 bananas. Instead of, eating a small bowl of rice, make a huge bowl of quinoa and lentils and mix it with a really big bowl of lettuce and spinach, and put some soaked almonds and soaked walnuts on top after they've been dried, and really nice dressing with some avocado and some healthy oils, like a big bowl of it. And then when you start eating fruits and vegetables and non-GMO grains and legumes and fresh water with pH balancing lemons and lime squeeze inside, you will definitely feel some things opening up in your body, in your mind. You will see better. You will start to feel like you're high. Like, it will unlock the natural chemicals in your brain that when we're eating poor and processed foods, all that stuff is rerouted to try and keep yourself surviving. Like, we're just trying to survive on that stuff, and barely making it through, not even realizing. But then when you help your body help you, when you take out all that work that it has to do for digestion, sluggish digestion, and processing things that aren't natural, when you take the load off of your body, you can realize what your capacity is for health. Like, all of a sudden, all the energy that it took before to process all that crap is going into starting to build yourself up in areas that you didn't realize were able to be stronger before, in your mind and your heart. And then cleaning out not just your food input, but your sensory input. Like, what are you listening to? Like, it's good to keep yourself informed on what to do, for yourselves to get healthier and stronger and to be a more responsible steward while you're here. But to get wrapped up in media and news and movies and series of shows that play on your emotions and get you used to seeing imagery and used to hearing a sort of way of life that's scary, that you don't want, but all of a sudden it's like it's inside of you and it's in your subconscious, and then you're dreaming about it and you're thinking about it all the time, and you're just worried, and and that's what is created, because that's how powerful we are. Whatever energy we have, if we're scared of something happening, of something rolling out a certain way, or something we saw in a movie, and that's what's happening, because whatever's in our subconscious, what we think about, what we dwell on, what we ruminate, what we put all of our emotion toward, what we feed, is what grows in our environment. And that is serious. So I don't watch TV. I have all the ad blockers on. I don't watch any ads. I don't listen to music that's implying a certain way of life. I listen to beautiful music that is on a different frequency, that is healing, that's nourishing, that reminds me of the creative power that we have and what we can create and how beautiful it can be and how nourishing it can be to us and to everyone around us. And what else can you do? You can rest. You can take breaks from having to constantly be doing things. Just let it unfold, take care of yourself and just see what pops up, what's asking for your attention, and follow the little clues and go around your day like that. And then when you start clearing yourself out, getting rest, feeling the creative powers become in your hands again, and then you can start to monitor your thoughts and what it is that's underneath the things that you say, underneath all of the impulse actions that you take, underneath everything that you're responsible for doing. You can really hone in and start to pay attention to your thoughts. And if you have repeating patterns inside of you and stories and narratives, maybe it's good to see a therapist to help you clear those out. I know that was an amazing thing for me because I realized that a lot of the actions and interactions and thoughts and ways that I were acting and everything was all based on these core beliefs that I had about myself. And I can just get rid of all that now and just know that I am a creative, powerful individual like we all are, that innate in our life system is magic that's just comes along with it. And that's not magic. That's another thing that they lead you to believe, is that magic and magical thinking and synchronicities, it's all crap. And if you admit that you believe in it, you're harming us somehow, but it's innate in us. It's just a part of us, and we have to embrace it and become comfortable talking about it. It's not taboo. It's creation. We are all creators. We do it together. We make things happen. We bring to life ideas, new systems based on where we're coming from, based on how we are, how clear we are, how loving we are, our desire for harmony. It's just common sense. Get to who it is that your essence is. What is your essence, your core essence? Feel into that. Get rid of all the other garbage. Clean yourself out so you can feel that it's not just your mind that can do this stuff. When your body's in line with your mind and your heart actually opens. Like, it's not just a heart that's pumping blood. Like, when you start grieving all of the past time that you didn't take to love and to respect and honor yourself and the system that we're in, all the ignorance and sleeping, when you take the time to cry and grieve and let it all go and just come into who it is you really know yourself to be, your heart's going to open. And your heart is powerful too. It draws things to you. It opens up other people's hearts. And when you can begin to act from somatically knowing and discerning, like, okay, I'm in the mix, I'm interacting with someone, I'm in an environment, I feel soft, my body feels relaxed. Oh, this person came and now I feel tight. My heart is closed, I have a lump in my throat, my stomach is tight. Then you can slow down and realize, like, oh, I feel something. I'm intuitively being guided away from this person and towards this person where my heart feels open and I can talk freely from this space. And when you can start to slow down and hear and feel all of those somatic signals, then you can know a vast amount of information that you can skip so much. You just know immediately. You have a gut instinct. That's another reason why you want to eat cleanly, so you can feel your gut instinct, so it's not all clogged up with stuff and unable to operate right. The gut-brain connection. The gut is the first brain. And when that's clear, you can think clear and your actions are motivated by different things. Oh my gosh, that was a really long tangent, and I'm going to go listen to this and edit it to make it a little shorter. But I just wanted to start talking about this sort of stuff because while we're here, we have a responsibility. And for a really, really long time, things have gotten out of control. And it's not anyone else's fault. It's not, oh, they are in control. No, we are in control. And we have to take back that control and the knowledge of how it works. So I hope that you are doing well. And, life has its ups and downs. I'm in a lot of physical pain, but I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm connecting. And I want to, talk about this, and it feels great for me to talk about this. I know that this is what I want to be doing, And so to be able to speak freely on this platform and make a little video and share it brings me so much joy, even though I'm, physically sitting in this wheelchair is so hard after 15 years. It doesn't feel good, but this helps me feel good and to help me get in touch with creating from a beautiful space, because my heart is open and I'm inspired, and that spark of inspiration coming from a beautiful pure space of imagination, that is going to change. That's going to add some great ingredients to this mix to create something really nice. So take good care, and peace and love.